Yeah, shit. Let's just jump into it. We'll
Yeah.
go in reverse order for Saturday. Um, I'll be back in Baltimore for this game. I'll be tailgating with my neighbor's jersey on. But yeah, -6.5. No George Pickens still. No Sean Elliott. Uh, on the Ravens side of things, a lot of questionables. A lot of questionables. So we're going to be checking that injury report. But I think they get this one back. I think, he's pressed to kill this narrative that he can't beat the Steelers, he can't beat the Chiefs. And this is one of these games, kind of similar to the Browns Chiefs last week, where it's like, yo, the Chiefs never cover and they just smash them out, smash the Browns out. A fan favorite type team. This seems like an obvious Steelers cover spot. For some reason, I just feel like they're going to win by like at least a touchdown.
And a big thing that also one like this is for first place. Like this is literally this game is for a chance for them to basically be first place in their division, and then also Pittsburgh doesn't have George Pickens, and that changes that football team significantly. You know what I mean? From an
Yeah.
outside standpoint, where the Ravens don't really have a player that matches up well with George Pickens. Marlon Humphrey does a good job, but it's man to man. So Marlon Humphrey wins some, he also loses some, and you don't want Nate Wiggins, who's a rookie, over here going toe to toe with him because it's just again, you're gonna win some, you're gonna get some, but Pickens is going to do his thing, and usually these are the games where he ends up with five receptions for 85 yards and a tutty. Well, that 7 points is off the board right now, with him not being able to play. So I know they'll have Mike Williams out there playing his ex wide receiver spot, but we can probably all agree that Mike Williams doesn't really provide the same juice that NBA Pickens provides on any given Sunday, or Saturday at this point. So
M- MB, NBA pick. Yeah, man. But that boy NBA Pickens, man, he's really important because what's the biggest the biggest advantage or the biggest part of Russell Wilson's game at this point, without him being able to scramble and improvise like he used to in Seattle, are those deep balls. And George Pickens, top three deep ball receiver with those 70-30 balls, as we mentioned last week. And him not being here is going to be major, man. You're relying on Van Jefferson, Mike Williams, and Calvin Austin
yeah,
to
and it,
deal
and it,
to.
and again, if you are with the trends, go ahead and just I wouldn't even bet the cover. I just bet the money line. Like if you just feel like this
A
is
nice
just you and bless,
Saturday, a nice
yeah,
Saturday. Maybe add some college football in there. Maybe
yeah.
just do a straight money line parlay all day.
Well, I'm saying the dogs one. If you do a dogs parlay, you definitely got to add Pittsburgh into the dogs. But yeah, if those would be the picks. It would be either -6 because I think they're gonna finally try to score some points, smash them out. Rashad Bateman was in a walking boot though, so might need to watch out for that. But yeah, if Pittsburgh is able to cover, they probably win outright. So that's just the one thing. It's like if you're going to take the cover, take Baltimore. If you want to take a money line, I take Pittsburgh, and you know what I mean. Maybe add it with someone else, like you said, like 2-3 dogs, get you something like +1,000, cash out, have a nice little Saturday.
You thinking any player pops?
Uh, I mean, for that game, honestly, because of how ugly it's gonna be, I'm gonna have to do some more work. I might not even really touch it. Uh, outside of if I might do maybe some Lamar rushing or maybe like what I mean, or like over 2 passing touchdowns.
I'm kind
But
of feeling like what you said about the Colts with Anthony Richardson and Jonathan Taylor. I feel like these are big rushing games for Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson, low key. With Derrick Henry, we're naturally competitive as men, but think about, I mean, peak competitive is these professional sports. And I do think Derrick Henry wants to be the rushing leader. I do think he wants to, take that from Saquon somehow, some way. And I
yeah,
think
I
I
mean,
think
I
he I
think I
think he I
think
think he
he
has a
wants. Yeah, I for sure think he wants to. But I think like again, this is going to be a good game because this is going to be playoff atmosphere, and the whole the whole stick last season, the whole stick last year, at least for me, was, are you going to run the ball? Are you going to run the ball? Are you going to run the ball and not get weird in the second round of the playoffs? Are you going to, you know what I mean? And this is why you got Derrick Henry. But when it's,
because you have no choice. Because now
yeah,
we're gonna be looking at you like, okay, y'all throwing the game. What's going on?
you know, so yeah, and I mean, I get again. Also, I get preserving him, so I understand why maybe he gets 60 yards against the New York Giants. Not trying to play or anything like that, but it's like, it's the Giants. But this is a game where if you run them for 20 to 25 times, that's justifiable. So that's part of like you trying to win this game. So,
Yeah,
I
I'd probably on top of that, like I just feel like the Ravens come up early or go up early in this game, which makes you want to take some of these Steelers receivers because they're going to have to spread the ball out. There's no true number one without George Pickens being here. Mike
yeah.
Williams was a ghost last game, so I might double dip in that and hope that he could, redeem himself because he did have some major plays a few weeks back.
If I were to take one, I would take Calvin
Calvin
Austin just
Austin.
because he has that game breaking speed. So they can try to cook up something where they're in cover two, they run play action, get him down the seam, similar to the way he scored in the first game. Um, and he's one of those players where you can actually even get tricky with him, which you could do if you really wanted to play around with these props. You could do something like over on his yards and under on his receptions, and that gives you a sweet little correlation because it's a
You like those? I only like.
well, because the payout is so significant, because
Yeah,
it
I feel.
doesn't correlate, because
Yeah,
since it
I
doesn't
feel. No, I get the logic.
yeah,
I just still don't like it. You
right,
know what I
yeah.
mean?
And I mean, again,
That's
it's
just
not
me.
like it's something that like is people do, because usually if you have a bunch of yards, you have a bunch of receptions. But like, you do this with Jamison Williams, you do this with the Marquez Valdez Scantleys of the world. You do it with Worthies, these big play touchdown guys, and you can have a good day if they have a good day. So
Yeah, he's had. Yeah, so he had five. He had five against the Eagles last game.
see, in this one he had, you know what I mean, he had one, but then he went over in this game. So it's just kind of
65. Yeah, smooth. You know who's a funny prop where it's literally a flip of the coin? This boy Zay Flowers, man. His receiving props have been around 50 all year. It doesn't change because he either goes for 15 or he goes for 115. He's coming off a 37-point game. Oh no, that's against the Chiefs. He's coming off a 53-yard game against the Giants. I could see him. I feel like this is a good Zay Flowers spot. I'm feeling it. It's been well over a month since he had a 100-yard game, and I could see it happening here. So I'll probably take Zay Flowers receiving yards, but you can't be mad if he gets you like 30. You know what I mean?
see, and that's where I like. Yeah, I'm just not gonna bet it. You know what I mean? I was like, bro, I don't know.
Hey man, all
I
this
don't know
shit
this.
coin flips anyway, man. Nothing
Yeah,
guaranteed, but I'm going with the talent, and especially if Rashad Bateman doesn't play, we'll have to get to somebody.
yeah. That's where you consider those tight ends, the Kolars, likely.
Kolar's on IR, but yeah, likely
Yeah,
and Mark Andrews. And speaking of playoff atmosphere, these teams swap matchups for Christmas. So Chiefs are playing the Texans right now, and then the Steelers play the Chiefs, and the Ravens play the Texans on Christmas. I know we're hearing a lot of buzz about, oh, this isn't fair, blah blah blah, but like, what are we talking about here, man? What are we talking about here?
I don't know. I don't know. I know a football team that's been doing that for like 10 years.
Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
Thanksgiving,
So
yeah.
they'll be all right.
Yeah, they'll be fine, man. They got special drugs to make them feel
Welcome, welcome, welcome to prime time. Welcome to being a prime time football team. You don't play at regular times. You don't get Lamar Jackson's supposed to get 1 o'clock games all the time. 1 o'clock big games. What are you talking about? It'll be all right.
Yeah, they'll be straight. They'll be straight, man. Stop complaining. Stop complaining. Everybody loves complaining about the Chiefs, but then the Chiefs have a quote unquote unfavorable schedule and still complaining. But yeah, Chiefs, man, this boy Pat Mahomes is like immune to high ankle sprains, man. I've never seen somebody just play the following week after a high ankle sprain.
They got the best ankle sprain doctors in the world.
Yeah, but with this game, man, I'm feeling the Texans here, man. I'm feeling the Texans. I don't know if I'll take them to cover. Wait, the Chiefs are -3.5. Pat Mahomes playing. Okay, then yeah, this is my dog. This is my dog. I think the Texans went outright. I thought they were a favorite for some reason, but
They
it is.
were. They were when they didn't know if Pat Mahomes was going to be practicing when he didn't practice. But then once he practiced,
Once he
obviously
practiced on, I
went to
think he
two and a
practiced on
half.
Tuesday. Yeah, they did that boy Aziz dirty, man. Didn't he?
Hmm. Yeah.
It was not
Hmm.
that bad. I mean, he was not trying to hurt that man.
I don't think if that was the first time, I think he's like this is like a part of like a pattern or
The
second
last
offender
time
thing.
did he get like
Like
kicked
I
out the
think,
game or anything like that?
well, he
Last
probably got
time.
ejected and fined, but not suspended. And then
Okay,
you know what I'm
so
saying?
if he got ejected, then fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, how you
Uh,
feeling about Texans Chiefs, man?
yeah. I mean, right now, I just kind of just I mean, yeah. I don't think that the Houston like, if the other foot has to drop for Kansas City at some point. Um, but I just don't think that Houston's that team that makes it drop right now. So, at plus 3.5 is way sweeter than plus 2.5. But so that's something that I would consider, given the fact that Kansas City stays playing, close games where they just kind of want to just do whatever that they just win at the end of the day. You know what I mean? All they care about is getting 5 yards, getting a first down, doing what they got to do to win the game. So I just think that the inexperience of Houston going against that type of football team, I think it ends up showing. Pat Mahomes is playing, and I just think CJ Stroud right now hasn't really been playing above average football, you know. And so I think that got something to do with it. I think that they'll be able to key in on the running game and Joe Mixon. Then at that point, try to do your best with Nico. And yeah, I think just is it's been a rough sophomore year for CJ Stroud, and there's still time for him to turn it around. And again, it wouldn't be shocking to me if Houston came out like game busters and got a nice little lead on Kansas City that they couldn't recover from. But I just like if Miami was an ounce more competent last week, they probably win that game. So I just don't know
I feel
how.
I feel like me picking the Texans to win has more to do with their defense than CJ Stroud really balling out. But like I said a couple weeks ago, I'm kind of, and I'm a little bit biased. I'm a big fan of his, but I'm just kind of leaning that he comes back to form eventually. And Nico Collins is that X factor. So in terms of player props, I do like Nico Collins here. I also like Joe Mixon. I saw his Russian props being pretty low for his standards. Yeah, 60. What do you think about that?
So Nico, I mean, last week he's coming off a rough little week. He did score 2 touchdowns, so I guess it wasn't that bad if you had him in fantasy. But 17 yards on 4 receptions for Nico. That's not usually the norm. Um, I do think that they're going to do something to throw. They're probably going to throw a little bit at Nico just off the strength that he is their
But that
go-to.
that,
He is
that
CJ
that's my
Stroud's
thing. Like
go-to
that,
wide
like
receiver.
we give Spags and that defense a lot of credit, but we have to be honest about like their secondary is a weak part of that defense. So yeah, I'll let you add that.
Oh yeah,
Well, you live.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, again, this is a guy that when he's playing and he's healthy, you kind of don't doubt him because he's CJ Stroud's go-to guy. So you know what I mean. He's always going to get his targets. He's always going to get his opportunities, and he's just like AJ Brown. You get him one-on-one, CJ's going to try it, and Nico a lot of times is coming down with it. So, and he had a bad game, so it's a good bounce back spot for him. I could see Nico doing his thing, but it's just not necessarily amounting to touchdowns. Uh, I do like his yards more than his receptions. And if you are going to do yards, why not do the touchdowns? These are the past few players, ex wide receivers that we're going up against Kansas City. Looks like they're covering. So if the game goes the way I think it's going to go, Nico's going to be one of those players that does his thing. But looks like the Chiefs are playing a bend but don't break type defense where they'll let you do your thing in between the 20s. But once you get to field goal range, we're hankering down, and we're not letting you get set. And when that happens, that
When
those
that when that when that happens, we'll see what Bobby Slowick is made out of.
yeah
What you got to cook up in the red zone. You got options. Got
right.
options. So because of what you just said, I don't know. I kind of like a Joe Mixon anytime, along with that Nico's anytime. Those are
Mm-hmm.
the two players I'm keying in for them, and then maybe I'll do like a Tank Dell receptions. Um, and then besides that, I could see a Noah Gray game. I think based off everything we're talking about, I'm leaning under on the totals.
Yeah, I mean that's just kind of been the pattern with the Chiefs right now. Like a big parlay that I've seen over the past like 4 or 5 weeks is you bet the team that the Chiefs are playing plus 7.5. You bet the Chiefs to win, and then you bet the under. You parlay those three things together.
I like that a lot. I like that. I
Right.
wish I could do that comfortably. When I
Yeah.
send these
So
draft pick picks, I try to keep it simple. I know I'm being
yeah.
annoying.
But that's something, you know what I mean? That's something that people are kind of doing because it's just kind of like, yeah, again, it might be a close game, but the Chiefs end up winning. Well, they end up winning. It's a close game. They'll never be winning by more than 8 points, and they always going under. So right now in DraftKings, I think they got the best number of the under at 42.5. And if you like
42
the
and a
over,
half.
I would try to find it where they got because there are some over unders at 41. So if you like the over, go ahead and take that 41. But yeah,
And
getting the
and when it
43 points here is gonna be kind of tough.
and with these over unders, you gotta be good with your multiples of seven. You know what I mean? 7 times six, 6 touchdowns. That's 42 right there.
Right.
Obviously,
Or if you believe they're not going to be that many touchdowns in this game. You know what I mean? I think that's a big thing with the Chiefs is like they're not scoring touchdowns. Or the people that they're going against, they're not scoring touchdowns. They're stopping them. So it's a bunch of field goals being kicked. So that'll help
bro.
you with the under. But if you think there's going to be some touchdowns in this game, go ahead and take that 41 and go ahead and have a little bit of value in the over.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm not gonna lie. This is both of these games on Saturday. I'm not. I still have to do some more work, especially with the injury report. See who else. See, is that Christian Harris? See, um, yeah. For both games, look at the injury report. Um, I'm kind of picking my spots here. If I were to do anything, it'd probably be if I want to play it safe, have the Texans cover with that hook. That hook looks lovely, and then have Ravens money line. Not have to worry about them covering that six. Feels like Vegas knows something we don't, so let's just play it safe. Say they split the series 1-1, and you know how those division games go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, for me, again, because I kind of already gave it up. Kansas City Chiefs to win. Um, Houston probably to cover, and then the under the 42.5. You can still get it. And then in this one,
Yeah, we didn't get to the over under in that game.
yeah, this one probably just gonna go ahead. Lamar MVP game, gotta have his spot, take over a number one team in the division. So I got them to kind of just win outright like you did. Well, I got them to cover, and yeah, I
How
don't
you
know
feel
about the
about
over.
that 45? I could see, like, I just feel like the Ravens are going to smash them out, and I don't know how many points the Steelers will be able to put up with no George Pickens. You know?
Yeah, but then again, it's like because of the way these teams play, it's just I don't know about the uh it's hard for me to say that the over could go over where these cats usually it's 17 and 19. You know what I mean? It's usually a 17 and 19 game. So
Yeah,
it's
I guess what I could see happening is like a 24-10 or like
right.
you know what I mean?
And that technically is smashing them out.
That's exactly. It's still
the last
smashing them out,
time,
but like it doesn't like yeah, like look at that. Look at the track record.
like the last time Baltimore's
Oh,
even won was in 2022, and even that game was 16-14. You know what I'm saying? It's like they're scratching and clawing for the dub that they get. So you know what I mean? But I do believe
this is a
that
very, very important thing you brought up. I mean, the last time this was a high scoring game was in 2020, man. November 2020.
bro, yeah, I mean, yeah. So yeah, I mean,
It makes you wait, they play twice a year though, right? Yeah, yeah, but still.
yeah.
2020.
So
Last time they both over 20 points. So
right, and granted, like I think it was Hunt right here. I think it was, or not right here. Yeah, right here.
yo,
Actually.
back to back 17-10 is diabolical, man.
Yeah, so it's just you got to like again, because I'm with you that I think that they can win this handily and even cover, but even covering is 24-3. You know what I mean? Covering is 27-10, like you were basically saying, and like you this is saying that Pittsburgh is going to get to at least like 16, 17 points, and I don't know if that's happening even in a game where Baltimore has it like in hand the entire day.
Right. And I think they're just pressed to like, yeah, I don't think like Lamar's not pressed about this MVP as someone like Josh Allen would be. You know what I mean? I think they're just more pressed to, but we need to get this division, and we know we beat them, and then the Chiefs beat them. We in a way better spot. And in my prediction video, that's kind of how I had it. Actually, was the Steelers losing these next two. I think I had them finishing out like 11-5, winning like 11 games or
Yeah,
11-6.
I
Yeah,
mean, yeah, I mean, like look at it. This jump was at 46, and it's kind of like it kind of just got bet down a little bit, but like people not touching this shit. They don't know,
yeah.
but yeah,
Versus the Kansas City game where it started at 47, got bet all the way down,
yeah,
which is
yeah,
crazy.
right.
That was at 47 high key.
Well, because again, if you're talking about the way these teams on paper, everything they produced last year, high scoring, you would think that this is a game where it could go 47, but that's just not how Kansas City's been playing football this year. They just don't need to. And right now, with the struggling offensive line that Houston's dealing with, I don't know if they'll be able to do their part to get to 20. So
Right. I feel
27
like
should be fine.
we feel like we're gonna have a Saturday of high scoring college football and very tight playoff atmosphere, low scoring. Comes down to the final 5 minutes of the fourth quarter type football or NFL games.
Mm.
So is what I could
I
see.
mean that's a little bit of everything. If you like the hard nosed defense, go ahead and watch some
We,
NFL
we, we got we
football.
got we got we got the duality of football this
Yeah, I
weekend.
mean, hey, I know I'm gonna be tuning into the bowl games, bro. These coaches. One thing I love about bowl games, all bowl games, is how creative the coaches will get. They'll go for two. That punt, there was like a fake punt that was amazing yesterday in the Roca Bowl. So it's like, yeah, I'm watching. I'm tuning. I'm watching. I'm watching college because they get into it.
Yeah. I'm gonna have my whole meal plan schedule, so I'm nice and piped up because it's like game after game. I think the Texas game starts at this like 30 minutes before or 30
Hour.
minutes after the
Hour.
Steelers game. An hour.
Yeah.
See, so
It's gonna be dope.
for sure, gonna be going to be in Fed Hill going crazy, man. You should pull up, man. Pull up the Fed, man.
I got too much. I got too much. I got to take care of here.
Yeah, nah, I feel that. Nah, I'm gonna be over there though. I'm gonna be over there in Nova. But yeah, that's it for that. Matter of fact, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Take advantage of seeing your loved ones. Watch some football with them, man, because NFL just deboed the NBA for Christmas. So you'll still have both. You still got both. You got football and basketball, best of both worlds.
Yeah, put it on the tablet.